Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to our channel here in Elite Raceway. We are here with our No Assist Division 2 group, back here in Jeddah again. Uh, we quite enjoyed these last couple of races with Tier 1 on Saturday, Tier 2 and our No Assist Division 1 on Monday. Very interesting track. I think quite a few drivers have a 50-50 opinion on it. You either like it or you hate it. Um, It is a really nice flowing track, especially with Gnosis, but I do know a lot of drivers hate the walls surrounding them. So we will be looking forward to this race with them. But it is round 3 of season 5, round 3 out of 12 tracks of the calendar. And we've had some really good races so far. We have Nate Oxy in the Mercedes leading currently the championship with a total of 74 points. Right behind them, we have Junior in the V-Carb with a total of 51 points. So quite a competitive group, and our constructors as well. Mercedes, 104 points. Racing Bulls right behind them, 98 points. So there will definitely be a lot of battles going on all around from the front to the back of the grid. And we might actually have 2 more drivers joining in as well, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just take a quick look at the Discord chat. So yeah, Fuego Mall joining in a few minutes as he's stuck in traffic. So yeah, just let me know when you need the invite and I will definitely send it to you. Let's see, I do believe Hovind Rowley is going to be our first driver to be putting in a lap time. Crosses the line, puts in a 129.2. I will take a quick look at the qualifying times from Division 1. Let me just take a quick look. I have access to it right now. Yeah, so fastest time in Division 1 was a 127.4, and then we went all the way down to 129.8. So we will be looking at maybe possibly low 128s into the 129s for our mainly our top 5 probably. But let's see, Nate Oxy putting in a 129.2 puts him up into P3 at the moment. Oh, it actually looks like Arcangel was actually able to join. Sneakily, because I did not catch him into the into the lobby. But glad to know he's able to join in. And let's see. There, yep, Fuego Mod, just let me know when you are online. Well, keeping an eye on the Red Bull of DRS Maestro. Has quite a bit of battery left for that main straight. Finishing up his lap time, puts in a 129.7. And I also want to give a shout out to one of our new drivers here today in our Nosis division. We have Kona in P6 reserving for the Aston Martin. And looks like Escargo getting disqualified from the session. Might have been from, let me see where he's at on the track. Possibly for blocking the pit lane? I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but very unfortunate for him. Our Manson at 128.8 is currently on provisional pole now. And the Scargo saying it's a dirty game. Yeah, very unfortunate. Very gutted to see that, but hopefully you will be having a last to first challenge or driver of the day challenge. You never know. But Jeddah is quite a fascinating track. 6.174 kilometers, 25 laps in a 50% race that they're racing today. 27 corners, 11 to the left, 16 to the right, and 3 DRS zones back to back. So we'll be seeing a lot of overtakes happening from Sector 2 all the way to Sector 3. And yep, it looks like Escargot did get disqualified for blocking the pit exit. Yeah, unfortunately the game is quite unfair when it comes to that. But on board with Junior, who has put in a purple second sector, putting his first lap actually. Running into a little bit of traffic, but all the drivers doing really well to get out the way. And so Junior's gonna cross the line and puts in a 1:30.5, pushes himself to P10 at the moment. So only two drivers who have yet to put in a time. That is Froggy Boggy in the Ferrari and Guardians in the Red Bull. So Guardians gets a 1:30.7 right behind Junior, 2/10 away from him. So plenty of room for improvement, and Lee Froggy Boggy is still setting his time, has not invalidated yet. And we do actually have our leading champion at the moment, Nate Oxy, starting his lap time. So we'll take a look at him as well. And a little bit of a sector breakdown right there in turns 1 and 2, right, that left-right chicane. Turn 4, quite a tricky part of the track. If you go in too close on the inside, you are going to pop that tire. Then we have the S's, where you have to be really sure to not ride over those curves. If you do, you're going to be skateboarding into the wall. Turn 13 does really well to stay close on the inside. You don't want to go too wide. And does really well right there in turn 16. Making sure not to go over and cut the corner. Sector 2 and 3, both a very enjoyable track, I think. I've tried it without no racing line, and it does have a really, really nice flow. Literally just going straight. And so Nate Oxy has quite a bit of battery left for that straight, uses it, and is going to put in a 1:28.5. That puts him on provisional pole. Fryer right behind with a 1:28.7. Ooh, and that is DRS Maestro enjoying the colorful flooring of there in Sector 1. See, Junior does improve by 7/10, pushes himself up one position to P10, back up there again. See, we do have Padron Paz, our Venezuelan friend. Up 2/10 on his time. And DRS Maestro picking up a 5-place grid penalty for a collision with Junior. Looks like that is in Sector 1, possibly, if I'm looking at the track map, looking for his Red Bull. And while I was looking at that, I actually didn't see how much Padron Pass improved, but we will take a look now as he crosses the line, puts in a 1:29.9, moves himself up to P11. And from my point of view, I have to say I haven't seen any impeding. It is quite a tricky track to keep track of everybody, make sure you don't get in the way. It's such a narrow track, but haven't seen anything yet, so they're doing a phenomenal job at that. Autron improving a 128.5. So looking like a 1-2 front row for the Mercedes at the moment. Like I said on the Discord chat, I know a lot of them a lot of them mentioned that they were locked in, ready for the game, for the race here in Saudi Arabia. I said just make sure you're locked in and don't lock up, especially on that first opening lap. So the Red Bull of Guardians, finishing up Sector 2 at the moment, is up a 10th on his time. Has to have a really good exit on this final corner to improve. And so Guardians does improve, a 130.4, pushes himself up a position. So Kona going to cross the line puts in a 131.9, does improve, 131.1, sorry, does improve, unfortunately not enough to gain any positions there. Do have multiple drivers on their out lap at the moment, about to start their lap. Actually have to look at the track map to see who's about to start there. So leader Liebag starting his first. Really smooth on turns 1 and 2. Sector 1, honestly, a really easy part of the track to invalidate your lap. But leader Liebag actually up a 10th on his time. Very smooth there in turn 16, doesn't go wide. Has plenty of battery saved for those upcoming straights. And if I'm not mistaken, leader Liebag actually had a P3 finish last week, if I'm not, sorry, not last week, 2 weeks ago before our break. And so he does improve a 130.4. And I believe that is relativity. Not exactly sure where he retired. I think that was in the pits or had a little bit of an incident in Sector 1. I couldn't really tell on that track map. And actually, no, it was 2 weeks ago. Two in the first round. Leader lead back out of P3 finish. In round two, he actually got a P6. So he has done well to finish in the top 10. Take a look at who else has been on their lap time. We do have Nate Oxy looking like he's going to start his. His teammate Autron already starting his. So Autron actually up 2/10 on his time. We'll take a look at Nate Oxy, who is still in Sector 1 at the moment. We'll see if he's improved as well. Oh, it looks like an incident in Sector 3 with the Ferrari of Froggy Boggy. So Nate Oxy also improving by a 10th. Autron in Sector 2 now. Up 4/10 and with a purple second sector. Oh, Nate Oxy, very unfortunate there, catching the curve and going sideways. So Autron still improving. Oh, a bit of a minor touch to the wall right there. Kind of a Verstappen moment in the Mercedes. So Autron at 127.9. And let's see, we do have our Manson in the McLaren. Crossing the line, and looks like he puts in a 128.4, separating both the Mercedes drivers. And DRS Maestro crossing the line still remains in the same position. Honey Tons looks like he's going to be going back into the pits. And so looks like that is the end of our qualifying session. Alrighty, so to go over our starting grid into round 3 of season 5, we have Autron starting on pole position with a 127.9, a phenomenal lap time there. Right next to him is going to be R. Manson, sharing the front row with him. And from P3 all the way down, we have Nate Oxy, Froggy Boggy, Hoven Rowley, Relativity, Honey Tons, Halfronix, DRS Maestro, J. Padron Paz, Jr., Leader Leabag, Archangel, Guardians, Kona, and Escargo, who unfortunately got disqualified after blocking the pit exit. So very unfortunate for him, but does have a lot of work to do during the race. But it is 25 laps, so just take it easy, head down, and yeah, just make sure you avoid all the drivers. Hopefully, no crashes right in front of you. But we have seen at least one safety car in every racing group. We saw one in Tier 1, we saw another in Tier 2, and one more in the Gnosis Division 1 group. Uh, so yeah, so strategy is going to be an important factor here, especially if the safety car either comes out early or comes out later. We saw a variety of differences throughout the race week. But as long as they are careful in lap 1 and also the rest of the opening laps, you don't want to be too over ambitious. I did mention that ghosting is disabled, so please make sure to be cautious and sensible. You don't want to cause a pile up with all the drivers, especially those that are coming from the back. So yeah, best of luck. They do have a couple minutes to really prepare and get their strategies all tweaked in. So we will be taking a couple moments break. And as I always mention, the divisions, the no assist divisions, they do have formation lap off, unlike our tiers, so they will be going straight into the race. So also another reason to be extra cautious. But they will be starting up soon. Looking at the Discord. So DR's Maestro forgetting that that ghosting is disabled. So it looks like that's what happened between him and Junior in the qualifying session. Him having a little bit of a spin, and Junior, I guess, getting unfortunately caught up with that. But they do have the ready up. And let's get this all quickly onto the screen. And so lights are off. And is Atron going to be able to defend his position? Looks like he is. Oh, a little bit of contact it sounded like in the back. That is the Williams of Relativity with left end plate damage. And so Atron having a really good start right there. Relativity dropping a few positions. And ho ho ho! A little bit of contact, I think, between Hov and Rally on the wall, it looked like. Doesn't look like anybody has retired, no. So like I mentioned, turn 4, if you either go too, you turn in too quickly, you're going to be bumping into that wall. Such a tricky part of the track. So both the Williams have end plate damage, and it looks like Archangel looking to make the move on the inside, gets past the Williams of Relativity. Relativity losing another position from Padron Paz. And now Relativity under pressure by the Racing Bull of leader Leadbag, who goes right on through us. So does Escargo. So Relativity dropping down quite a lot of positions there. A very unfortunate start for him. A little bit of a side-by-side from Escargo and leader Leadbag. And looks like up ahead, Froggy Boggy getting past the McLaren of R. Manson, so up to P2 now. Atron still having a really good lead at the moment, now over a second ahead of Froggy Boggy. Looks like in the back we have Padron Paz getting past Archangel as well. A few movements happening in the back as well. Relativity going into the pit lane. Hafronix as well, and Hoven Rally as well. So 3 drivers in the pit lane. And looking at the tires, so the grand majority opting for the medium tires. Kona, with the exception of Relativity, who just pit, being the only driver to having started on the hard compounds. Looks like up ahead we do have Froggy Boggy now within the DRS of Atron. A really good exit and very close to the back of Atron right there. Has the DRS deployed. So I did mention before that Sector 2 and 3 will probably be seeing a lot of overtakes happening due to the back-to-back DRS zones. So Froggy Boggy closing in on the back of Antron, not yet making a move. Does have the next DRS to do so, but he does have the DRS activated now. And looks like he's going to make a pretty easy pass right there, also picking up a fastest lap at the moment. R. Manson and Nate Oxy doing really well to stay close right behind, and looks like we do have Archangel making a pass on Padron Pass as well. that is leader Leadbag having a. Looks like he had a little bit of an incident, but no damage to the car. And Junior disqualified from the session for going the wrong way. So that is very unfortunate for Junior there. And I don't think that is a safety car. It might actually just be a virtual safety car. I don't see a yellow dot on the track map. So we will take a look at the episode. It is a virtual safety car. Scargo picking up a 10-second penalty for cutting the corner. This game extremely harsh on the corner cutting penalties there. But looking at the position changes, we do have Froggy Boggy up 3 positions, doing a phenomenal job there at the start. Archangel up 6 positions there, and Escargo as well, 6 positions. So very unfortunate for that 10 seconds. I don't know if he could possibly appeal that and have that taken out, but head down. And Hovind Raleigh not picking up a drive-through penalty. So Froggy Boggy still staying close behind. Looks like Froggy Boggy has pushed Altron out of the DRS. And Nate Oxy right behind the McLaren of R. Manson. So R. Manson no longer within the DRS of Altron, so we'll have a little bit of difficulty defending the position from Nate Oxy. He is using quite a bit of battery. So Nate Oxy still just tailing right behind of the McLaren of R. Manson. Froggy Boggy now 2.1 seconds ahead of Altron. Nate Oxy with the DRS. Looks like he isn't going to be close enough to make a move yet. And a couple of changes actually happening in the back as well. Escargo, looks like there was a little bit of a switch around between Escargo and Guardians. Oh, Archangel in the first corner, now dropping down quite a number of positions. I did see that he had gotten past Padron Paz, so possibly a lockup there and into the corner. Escargo now picking up a 3-second penalty, so that is a total of 13 seconds. Or Manson a little bit squiggly on that exit there. And Nate Oxy now closing in on the back of him. Halfrenix now picking up a 3-second penalty there. R. Manson is, I believe, going to get the DRS. He does get the DRS off of Nate Oxy's teammate there, so enough to defend the position. And so Froggy Boggy now pushing 3.1 seconds ahead of Altron, so still extending that gap. And it does look like we do have Padron Paz as well, closing in on the back of the Red Bull of DRS Maestro. And leader Levi actually dropping a couple of seconds behind. He was less than a second behind of Padron Paz. Has dropped back a little bit there. Nate Oxy still trying to put a bit of pressure on the McLaren of R. Manson there. R. Manson doing a phenomenal job to keep Nate Oxy right behind. Yeah, we do have quite a few battles, but does look like Guardians is going to be looking to make a move on the inside of Escargo, who actually has left end plate damage, it looks like. Ho ho! And a little bit of contact between the Red Bull and the Alpine right there. Escargo possibly having a little bit of difficulty managing the car. It's such a tricky track to really drive with wing damage, especially in Sector 1 where he will definitely be a bit slow. A little bit wiggly right there on that exit. And it does look like up ahead, Nate Oxy is still closing in on the back of R. Manson. Has a really good exit right there. Nate Oxy right on the back of R. Manson. Does have the DRS. Does well to actually be really patient before making a move. A little bit of a bump right there, but no harm, no foul. Looks like Nate Oxy is going to be looking to make that move on the outside of R. Manson there. R. Manson doing a really good job to still defend that position, but looks like he's going to back out and slot right behind of Nate Oxy right there. I believe that was yellow flags for Hafrenix. But looks like all that battling has actually helped Froggy Boggy, who is now 6.6 seconds ahead of Altron. And I believe Guardians is still on the back. Yep, he's still on the back of Escargo, who has that end plate damage. So again, Escargo does have 13 seconds of penalties. Hafrenix, another driver with a penalty, 3 seconds. And as I am reading the penalties, Kona now picking up a 3-second penalty. Oh, it looks like we do have Archangel getting past his teammate for today, Kona. And Nate Oxy actually putting the pressure on his teammate now. Both of them on equal strategies. And so it looks like Nate Oxy going to make the move on the inside. Autron still trying to defend that position and has a really good exit right there. Has the DRS to pull himself up ahead. R. Manson just having a good view of both of the Mercedes battling each other out. Probably hoping a little bit of Nico and Hamilton happens there. Oh, it does look like we have yellow flags in Sector 3. It looks like that is the Alpine of Hafrenix there. No damage to the car yet. Oh, and that is another yellow flags. That is Archangel again there in Sector 1. Oh, goes very close to that corner right there. Almost gives me a heart attack. And looks like Guardian's now closing in on the back of Escargo. Again, Escargo with that end play damage. Guardian's having a lot of patience to really make sure he doesn't run into the rear of the Escargo there. And looks like up ahead, still a battle between the two Mercedes. Nate Oxy ahead of Autron. Our Manton now having gotten closer due to that, and less than a second behind the two Mercedes. And does look like Guardians is going to get that pass done on the Alpine of Escargo, and looking like at the same time, Relativity making a move on the inside on that last corner on Archangel. Archangel looks like he's going to get the DRS and is going to be looking to make that move. And looks like Relativity, or Leader Liba actually going on the inside and getting the move done on Relativity there. Oh, and looks like that is Archangel going a little bit wide right there. And Leader Liebag looking to make that move. Ooh, Archangel going off the track, cutting the corner, and picks up a 3-second penalty. Altron now up ahead, picking up a 3-second penalty as well. So phenomenal driving from Leader Liebag, getting past those two drivers. He is on the fresher tires there, and definitely uses that to his advantage. And oh, it looks like that is Autron on that final corner, having gone a little bit wide and into the wall, unfortunately. Don't think he picked up any damage. We'll take a look at his car there. Nope, no damage, but he has lost quite a bit of time from his teammate and from our Manson as well. And looks like Froggy Baggy has entered the pit lane, has opted to now switch over to the hard compounds. Looks like he is going to be running into a little bit of traffic. No, it looks like he 5.2 seconds behind of Padron Pass there. So far, I believe the only drivers who have pit is Froggy Boggy and Leader Liebag. Relativity, Guardians, Halfernix, and Hoven Rally, I believe, have had a pit early for the two wing change. And regarding the penalties, so Autron, Kona, and Halfernix, each with 3 seconds of penalties, and then we have two drivers, Escargo and Archangel, with 13 seconds of penalties. Archangel, I believe, just picked that up. Picked up that 10-second penalty there. And it does look like our Manson is going to be entering the pits now. And so does Nate Oxy as well. So Autron is going to have to go another lap with those medium tires, possibly to avoid that double stack there. And so Nate Oxy comes out right behind a Froggy Boggy, who pit a lap earlier. Both of them trying to get the move around DRS Maestro. DRS Maestro doing quite well to hold his position there, despite being on the... actually, I take that back. Goes wide and off the track. And so it looks like Froggy Boggy going to make the move on the inside. Nate Oxley following right through. So DRS Maestro losing that position, those two positions, especially with those medium 11 lap old medium tires, a little bit hard to defend, but he did well for that millisecond. So I will say it has been a really interesting race. Only 12 laps in, and we still have quite a few left. We have seen a lot of overtakes happen. I have seen a lot of little incidents as well. But phenomenal racing from these drivers, especially for those who are just now learning the Gnosis environment, who joined in this season wanting to learn. And what was that? From DRS Maestro. Alrighty. And Froggy Boggy picking up a 3-second penalty now. So Nate Oxy, as long as he stays close and consistent, might be looking into a possible win if he stays right behind a Froggy Boggy. And I do see Hector Savino in the Discord, sorry, not on the Discord, on the YouTube live chat, saying hello. Hello, my friend. Hope everything is well. And we did enjoy having you in Austin, Texas last race. So hopefully we can see you again on another Wednesday night. And I do see that we have Mini Tony as well on the YouTube live chat, one of our drivers who would actually be competing in the top row, if I'm not mistaken. So we do look forward to seeing him back from his vacation and ready to battle. And so Nate Oxy still within that DRS of Froggy Boggy there. Looks like no move yet, but right behind we do have Padron Paz right on the back of DRS Maestro, both drivers on fresh, hard compounds. And DRS Maestro going a little bit wide right there. Padron Paz having a really good exit, does have the DRS. And a bit of battery to deploy. And looks like Padron Paz goes for the move on the inside, gets the pass down on DRS Maestro. And now both of them right on the back of leader Leadbag, who is on 5-lap-old medium tires. And as we were looking at that, Nate Oxy actually dropping back a bit of time from Froggy Boggy. Now 2 seconds it looks like. I'm not sure if he has any damage. Might actually look like left end plate damage. I could be wrong. Yep, it looks like he is missing his left end plate there. Not exactly sure what happened. I didn't see any yellow flags, but so Nate Oxy dropping down and out, almost out of that 3-second penalty of Froggy Boggy. So I do wonder if Nate Oxy is going to choose to pit or just brave it through. Froggy Boggy picking up the fastest lap at 130.9. Nate Oxy does have a comfortable gap of 4.6 seconds, 10 laps remaining. And it looks like Padron Paz finally getting the move done on leader Leadbag. But leader Leadbag looks like he is going to defend that position. He does actually have the DRS to defend. And leader Leadbag making the move on the inside. A little bit of a bump between those two drivers. However, no harm, no foul, it looks like. So leader Leadbag still staying ahead. And going a little bit off track right there. Padron Paz having to slow down a bit. And so DRS Maestro still doing quite well to stay right on the back of these two drivers. And leader Leadbag having a little bit of a whip right there, losing those two positions there. so is most likely struggling with those 6-lap-old medium tires there. And going wide. So yeah, so it looks like he is struggling quite a bit. DRS Maestro now on the back of Padron Paz, still hanging onto that DRS of him. Does have leader Liebag also approaching quite fast as well. It looks like leader Liebag looking to make the move on the inside. Padron Paz doing well to defend his position. And is leader Liebag looking to make a move on the inside? No, it looks like he was not close enough. Is going to stay right behind the Red Bull of Maestro. So it looks like this is going to be oh! Oh, DRS Maestro, I caught that right on time. Oh my god. I'm sorry for laughing. It caught me by surprise. So Maestro, oh man, turning in too soon on turn 4 and cutting right into that corner. Popping that tire right on off, and very unfortunate because he was having such a good battle there. Ah, good for you, Maestro. Ay, ay, ay. And so, Leader Liebag now looks like the battle has turned from 3 drivers to 2 drivers. So, Leader Liebag now making the move on Padron Paz. Leader Liebag doing a phenomenal job, even with those 7-lap-old mediums, to defend the position against Padron. And now Froggy Boggy picking up a 3-second penalty. Another 3 seconds. That's 6 seconds in total. And so Nate Oxy just has to eat up about 8/10 to try getting close. However, as I mentioned before, he does have that end plate damage, and so he doesn't look like. Yeah, looks like he's still dropping back a little bit. Yeah, as you can see on the that broadcast view, he is missing his left end plate. Our Manson could possibly look for a P2 position, only 4.5 seconds behind of Nate Oxy there. Now, I'm surprised that wasn't a safety car actually from Maestro. Although we have noticed that the game is quite unpredictable when it comes to the safety car. Uh, yeah, quite surprised actually, but unfortunately, not much we can do about that. Just the game is the game. But oh man, yeah, very unfortunate for uh, for our good friend Maestro. Jeez. And so it looks like we do have Autron now less than a second behind the McLaren of Arm Manson there. Autron does have that 3-second penalty, so Arm Manson might not have to push so hard. However, you never know if the drivers can appeal those penalties, so always good to win it on the track. And oh, looks like that is the McLaren of Honeytons, and that might actually be the same area that Maestro actually DNF. We'll take a look as Padron Paz is passing by, although it does look like Honeytons, his car disappeared. But yeah, it was around where he was approaching, so most likely, ooh, Padron Paz getting really close there. And yeah, looks like Honeyton's the same as Maestro, probably had his wheel just pop right on off. That is a full safety car though. We do see that yellow dot on the track map. And so our Manson in a really, really good position. No penalties as of yet. And yeah, he could definitely possibly go for that win. Has to keep it calm and collected. So 7 laps remaining, including this one. The soft compounds would probably not last that many laps, especially with how high tire degradation is on this track. Uh, our Manson actually choosing to stay out, which honestly might not even be a bad idea. If he most likely didn't have an extra pair of mediums set out. In my opinion, I probably would have gone for the mediums, but depends on your tire strategy. But Froggy Boggy and Nate Oxy on the soft compounds might be a little bit difficult for our Manson to defend that race, uh, that safety car restart. However, tire-wise, he might actually be in a really good position, as I mentioned before. It looks like Atron did actually have an extra pair of medium tires, so he is now on fresh mediums. And Maestro showing his what happened to him in the Discord chat. That was quite a sight. And now Relativity picking up a 3 second penalty. So only 3 drivers with no penalties as of yet. Uh, we'll take a look at the penalty count as all the drivers uh, go right on through. Our Manson now actually choosing to pit and take a look at which tires he's going to go to. And actually does have a fresh set of mediums on. And looks like he's going to come out in P4. Actually, possibly right behind the Red Bull of Guardians. We'll take a look actually on how this is going to be. And so yeah, our Manson actually doing really well, staying ahead of Guardians right there, coming out right ahead of him. But as we were mentioning before, the penalties, so we do have Froggy Boggy with 6 seconds of penalties, Nate Oxy and Atron with 3 seconds. I don't know if Nate Oxy was able to change the wing, so he was. So very fortunate for Nate Oxy, who's now able to get that wing change and feel a little bit more comfortable racing. But looking at the other drivers, Guardians with a 3 second penalty, Halfrenix, Kona, Hoven Rally, and Relativity with 3 seconds as well. Escargo with 9 seconds. I believe he served the 10 seconds already in the pit lane. And Archangel as well with 6 seconds, who also served the 10-second penalty in the pits. So 5 laps remaining. The safety car possibly coming in. Take a look at how close they are on the track map. Might go around one more time, possibly, as there are still quite a few drivers who have yet to join the rest of the pack. I do like to remind drivers, I know the final laps are quite hectic, especially on a restart, so I do advise, of course, be careful and just be patient, please. Oh, it looks like we do have Maestro asking to join the pits. So I will actually invite you. Give me 1 second. Always nice to have our good friend Maestro right with us. Let me see if I can find you on my list. We'll have a good laugh with him on what happened. Oh, Hovind Raleigh now picking up a 3-second penalty under the safety car for track limits there. And Archangel as well, a 3-second penalty. And that is Maestro joining us on the comms bags.
Nah, today it's my stroll.
Maestro, oh my God.
Yeah, my stroll.
I was on board with you when that happened. Oh man.
Uh, and I was busy talking about how I'm good. I've been doing well at saving fuel because I was lifting off early. I don't know if you
Uh-huh.
noticed that.
No, I didn't. I
Just
was
being, yeah, I was just trying to keep behind the two. Just having DRS and lifting off. I was like gaining zero point 0.1 laps of fuel every lap, which was gonna take me to the end.
mm,
But
that's gutting. I
yeah.
was it's quite a view from what I saw because it's happened to me 100 times. It's happened to
I
me.
mean, yeah, I was praying it wouldn't happen because I was like, you know what, P6 here will be very nice for me, especially since we are not running any assists. And then that happened.
But what'd you think of the race so far in your perspective?
It was pretty good. I thought I could have maybe kept up with the leaders a little bit. I know Froggy is quick. I think you've seen him in my league also, so he's
Yeah, no, he's a fast boy.
yeah, he's really quick. I think he's 15, so
No way.
he is he is a kid.
Some of these are probably like we're getting beat by a 15-year-old. But
Yeah,
looks like the
he's
safety car is coming in though. He does have 6 seconds of penalties. Our Manson is in a good spot, I will
yeah,
say.
that's another thing. I mean, I just always tell him to be a little bit more patient. I guess something is still learning, but it's quick.
Yeah, little by little, but he's still doing a really good job. I've seen him in your league as well. Looks like a really good driver.
I can't
Uh,
believe I was quicker than he was on 24. And
oh,
then
I
I
haven't
don't
seen
know
him on
what
24.
happened. Yeah, I mean, because on I met him on TikTok, so he just always joined my lobbies.
Ah, Mr. Famous TikTok boy, Maestro. For
Yeah,
those who don't know, he does have a TikTok. Like and subscribe.
exactly. I'm doing a wheel giveaway, so go ahead and follow the DRS Maestro.
But looks like they are off, and Guardian's struggling a little bit. He has 11 lap old hard tires. Everybody with fresh mediums and softs. Uh, how do you think the softs are going to be feeling towards the end?
I mean, I mean, they're gonna do 4 laps on them,
Hmm.
so they'll probably be just starting to wear off. But maybe the first 2 laps they'll be a little bit quicker. But I would have been on the mediums at the moment. I think that's the
Yeah,
best
that's what I
idea.
said. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. I was like, I feel like with this game and especially this track, the tire deg is quite high. But looks like
Oh,
pasaron pas. Ooh, a little bit
jeez,
of.
what's going on?
Not exactly sure what happened there. Escargo, a bit of
Oh, safety car.
another
Oh,
safety car.
uh-oh. So now the question is, do the leaders go for softs? Does he go for softs? I would stay out at this point, this
Yeah, because
moment.
it's 3 laps,
Oh,
right?
he is on soft. He is on softs anyway. So yeah, it's so that's good for those who are on softs.
Yeah,
So it's only gonna do this lap and it's come. I think it's coming in this lap.
yeah,
Honestly,
because I think it's quite tricky when it comes with the final laps of a safety car.
yeah, because it gives you 2 laps to race, so it's
Yeah,
gonna come in this lap.
I've had that mistake happen to me where I pit and it's like already coming in, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, so these guys that are pitting right now better rush and catch up because it's gonna come in this lap.
Yeah, I wonder what happened though, because it looked like it involved quite a few number of drivers who got caught up in that. But I will say, I think our Manson might be looking into a possible win.
Trying to find where are the penalties. Oh yeah, he might be looking into a possible win as long as he can keep up. Froggy is gonna try to keep that podium at least.
Hmm.
I think if I was lead, I would have boxed that lap.
No,
I
I
would have.
probably.
Cause that 10 seconds, you probably yeah. Cause everybody in front of him would have had penalties. Would have had penalties.
Who, Liebeck?
Yeah, he has 10 seconds in penalties.
Oh, but I think actually on the Discord chat looks like he says he might appeal that 10-second penalty, so probably for position
Okay.
changes, yeah. Which is no problem. I
But
mean, yeah. Although lead
I
bag, don't go AI because AI is can be
yeah,
a pain, a
safety
bit of a
car in
pain.
this lap,
Oh,
like I
yep.
mentioned. He
So
didn't even
two
do a full
laps
lap.
remaining. Escargo's still quite behind, but
I've noticed Froggy goes before the corner, so let me see what he does here.
oh, he's keeping the pace.
He didn't. Okay, I thought I knew him better.
He's like, let me surprise you. He's doing well to keep the pace. He does have. Looks like he is setting off now.
He's going. Yep.
Ooh, leader lead by actually looks like he's closing
Yeah,
in
cause
quite a bit. Hmm.
I remember a race where he was keeping up with Mac T. So, oh Froggy.
Oh,
Oh
another
yeah,
three
that's it.
seconds.
Yeah.
So that's 9 seconds. Our Manson in a really good spot. Has to make sure to keep it consistent. I think in the back,
Jeez,
relativity
I would
getting
have
past
been
half
right there
limits.
also. Cause I was right by lead back. Man. Oh Froggy once again. Froggy Boggy.
Haffernix, Haffernix with left end plate damage, and yeah, two laps remaining, including this one. Our Manson in a really good spot. I think leader Leadback could possibly get a podium as well,
Ah,
though.
Manson is losing though to I think he's too far behind Froggy now. Or he just needs yeah, maybe he just needs to be in front of never
Let
mind.
me look at the
I don't know what I was looking
leader
at.
interval. So he is. So our Manson is 1.9
Let me
seconds
see.
behind Froggy Boggy from the leader.
Oh, is that behind the leader? Oh, gap to the
Yeah.
leader. Okay. I was looking okay. Okay, I see what I was looking. See, this is why I don't commentate.
No, you know what? I'm not good. I speak out of my butt. Like
I'm
I'm
just
just trying
I'm strolling like I do on the track here
to.
also.
But you know what? You keep me entertained, so that's fine. But Froggy Boggy fastest lap, 130.7. And looks like Atron looking to make a move on his teammate. Ooh, a little bit close for comfort there.
Yeah.
But our Manson's still doing quite well. And actually, looks like Escargo had rear wing damage, unfortunately. So yeah, it is a struggle when you have rear wing damage.
So, jeez, is that really his pace over everybody else, Froggy? To put up 3 seconds in a lap and a half over everybody else?
Yeah, no, he's doing really well there.
You might
Still
need to
within the
move to
nine
tier one,
seconds.
Froggy. If he cuts off these penalties, he might be a tier one driver.
Listen. I thought you want a challenge, eh?
I do like challenges.
All right, so he's there to give you a
I
challenge.
mean, right now I'm challenging the wall, so I mean, everywhere I go there's a challenge. I need to learn how to keep my tires on my wheel, on my car. That's the
it,
first challenge.
nah, you know, no, this is difficult, so big respects to you guys. But looks like Froggy is going to win it on the track, but losing the positions are Manson with the win. And so leader lead by he did have that 10-second penalty, but I believe he said he might be able to get that removed. So if I'm not mistaken, he finished P5.
I mean, everybody's gonna finish in points. Everybody who finished the race, good for them.
Froggy Boggy saying he doesn't believe in penalties. Yeah.
Yeah, penalties are terrible.
All Alrighty, but wow, Mr. Old and his nickname, or I think his Discord name is Old and Slow, R Manson.
Oh
I forgot
man,
how old he said he was, but he is in fact not slow. If he won, great job,
definitely
R
not slow.
Manson, first ever one. So
GG's R Manson.
yeah, so our final grid is going to be Arn Manson for the win, sharing the podium, Atron and Nate Oxy. Froggy Boggy winning it on the track, unfortunately losing out with those positions due to those penalties. But gets fastest lap on 130.7, which actually phenomenal lap time. And from P5 to those who finished, Relativity, Hoven Rally, Leader Leadbag, Halfrenix, Guardians, Kona, and Escargo, who I think will still qualify for finishing within those percentage laps. But yeah, really good race. I quite enjoyed it. You guys gave me quite a laugh in in a few moments. Oh man. But hopefully better luck next time, DRS. I believe
Hopefully,
next track
China
China,
has
that's
less
right.
walls, so it's gonna be interesting.
But here's hoping it doesn't rain because
Oh,
China
oh
is known
man,
for that.
that's gonna be crazy.
Yep.
It's
Oh
gonna be a drift
man.
fest.
But thanks,
Dri-
Jairus, for joining the ending of the commentary. Yeah.
Anytime, anytime. Yeah, anytime I crash out, you can invite me.
You know what? Yes, I'll do that because it is good to have a co-commentator at times.
Yeah, hopefully
But
J Dog is not gonna be watching this stream later on.
you know what? I have to get back into to the YouTube shorts, so I might consider yours being the first.
Oh man, jeez.
But
I actually clipped myself because I'm gonna post something tomorrow. I was gonna post uh things that have been happening to me on this game, and I guess that's one of them.
that is a heck of a maestro moment. Yeah, very unfortunate, but better luck next time. Yeah.
Yeah, at least it's better than three drive-throughs.
You know what? Yes, I agree. I 100% agree. Three drive-throughs, and what was the other one? Just three more laps
Oh
on
yeah,
the wet
I
tire.
just need two. I need only two
Two
more
more
laps.
laps.
Two more laps.
Oh boy,
I've
dears.
had my moments.
But yep, that is the end of our race week. Next week we'll be in China with Tier 1 starting on Saturday. Uh, Maybe we'll see DRS Maestro on that race.
You will see me on Saturday, but yeah, I need to get back to my groove. I've been slacking.
You race every day. I don't know how you're slacking.
I do race every day, but there's certain times where I'm just
You're
off
just
my
cruising.
game. Yeah, I'm just off my game. Like this past weekend, I thought I was gonna get points, and then boom, something happened.
Well, anything could happen. But yeah, everybody, thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys for the next race week for week 4. But everybody, have a good night, good evening, good morning, wherever you guys are watching from. And DRS, thanks for joining in.
Anytime. Thank you very much.